What's up, everybody? Titanic Toby T here with a little review for you. I'm going to review my camera I wear on my helmet for the moto vlogging I'm going to do and the couple that I have done. I was looking for something that was just kind of easy to use, something that was easy to install and had decent video quality. I'm not going to be professional at this. I'm not going to try and make money at this. I mean, unless something drastic changes. Oh, dead squirrel. So I was just looking for something pretty cool and not too expensive because it was my first camera. And I didn't want it just for vlogging. I wanted it, just kind of capture what happens on the road. So I was shopping around and I come across the Sena whichever you prefer, Prism Tube. And I done a little research on it and I was like, well, basically it comes with everything you need. It comes with the camera, the microphone, the earpiece, out the box, it comes with everything you need. I was like, well, while I was looking at that, I was also looking at GoPro, and I wasn't looking to buy a new GoPro. I wanted a used GoPro. So I went ahead and decided, you know what, for $119 off Amazon, I didn't think you could beat the Sena Prism Tube. Out of the box, like I said, for $119. Let's go for it. So I bought it, and when I got it, everything that was described on the packaging was inside the packaging. Sometimes that happens on cheaper stuff. It's kind of misleading, but Sena is a good brand, so they do it right. So I went ahead and I threw it on my helmet, which was, it took me all maybe 15 minutes to do, just so you can get everything right. You can get the earpiece where you want it inside. You can get the microphone placed where you wanted it. Get the camera mount. I didn't use the clamp that came with it. I used the adhesive, just because I prefer that better with the helmet that I have. I wanted the adhesive, and the thing does just kind of mount, and it comes right off the adhesive mount that stays on your helmet. So I did that, and I took it out, and I did a couple test runs as far as camera placement, not placement, but making sure the camera was sort of vertical, making sure that the sound quality was okay. It's not the best sound quality because it's a $119 camera, with a microphone that comes with it. So I decided to check it out, put it all together, did a couple test runs, and I really enjoy it. I really like it. It's easy, well worth the money. There are a couple drawbacks to this thing, though, and I want to kind of talk about those so you know what you're getting into. Although the round design is a pretty cool design, it's just pretty cool for your helmet. You know what I mean? it fits the whole, I don't know, dynamics of your motorcycle and man and machine and all that good stuff. It's not real bulky, but the problem with the round design is that when you go to turn it on and you slide it forward and slide it back, you can look at other videos to see exactly how to work it. I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to insult your intelligence, because I'm sure if you're watching my video, you've done other research. I just kind of wanted to give my perspective as a rider that's had this thing for a month or so, and threw it on the side of my helmet. So with it being round, when you turn it on and off, you don't really kind of move it at that point if you're careful. I usually turn mine on before I get on the bike and then edit that part out. That's the one part of editing that I think I can do okay. But sometimes, like today, I turned it on while I was already riding without gloves this time. So it can turn, is what I'm trying to say. Because it's round, it can rotate and then kind of turn your angle sideways or not so vertical. So what I've done is I've done some tests, and I found the best way or the best look for how I ride, and I put pencil marks on the little gap in between, one on each side. So now I know when I have it on, if I just line up those pencil marks, then it's going to be pretty close to being what I want it to be as far as the picture quality, or the whether it's vertical or perpendicular or whatever to the ground. There is a notch, and the on and off little red button thing is a notch that they say if you just line that up with the ground, then it should be close, which is true, but it can and will move. Not while you're riding, I haven't noticed that, but just from turning it on and off. And then screwing the back end that kind of seals it to connect your earpiece and your microphone. You have to kind of seal that, or you put that on each time you take the camera off the helmet, or you take the SD card out. That's the one thing that it doesn't come with, by the way, is an SD card. You got to get your own SD card. But yeah, you have to use this screw. It kind of screws on and makes it a seal, so that if it gets a little wet, it shouldn't hurt it. Shouldn't hurt your SD card. I mean, it's not waterproof, but I think it's kind of rain resistant in that fact. But when you tighten that up, sometimes you can move it a little. So you got to kind of have some sort of mark to be able to put it back where you like it. Now, you wouldn't want to put that mark in there until you have the camera angle that you want, or the picture angle that you want. Another downside to this, and this is kind of my fault, but it's not, I mean, it's durable, but I will say that I dropped it once. I put it in my sweatshirt pocket, and then I took my sweatshirt off, and it hit the ground. Now the glass and everything's still good in the camera. Everything's good, except now I have no sound. So, and the only sound you get is camera on and camera off. Let you know when it's recording and when it stopped recording. And it actually stops recording about 2 seconds before you turn it off. So now I don't have any sound. I need to check my connections just to make sure those are still intact in my helmet, just to make sure it's not that, which I don't think it is, but I will check that. I just kind of thought about that, but I think it's probably because it hit the ground. Now it doesn't have any sound, which, like I said, it just tells you when it's on or off and when it's recording and not recording, and I can tell that when I turn the on button on. About 2 seconds after I do that, it's going to start. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good camera. If you're just starting out, or I don't like that. If you're just starting out or want a secondary camera, it's a pretty good deal, so you should definitely check it out. If you have any questions or have any suggestions, please feel free to comment. And also like and subscribe to my channel. Hopefully do a lot more moto vlogging. Get to see my area. I like to watch the moto vloggers, not so much for the sound or what they say, but just to kind of see the different cities and where people are riding. So if you're into that, check it out. Oh yeah, Fat Boy's going to Golden Corral.